everyone, it's Mary Jo Snyder from MJ Shady Inkers. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States in upstate New York in a small town called Pulteney. Please take the time to subscribe to my channel and share videos with others. I appreciate reaching more people and being a part of your creativity and inspiring others. So welcome. You will see this card here. This is part of my June class. You had to register for this class in advance. So I am just highlighting how to create this card, and I'm going to create this bag for you. So this is part 2 of my June tutorials that required previous registration, and you received 4 kits for placing an order for my project class. So this obviously is themed for Father's Day. And this design actually was created by Alejandra Gomez, excuse me. And I attended, actually, this is from a class that I participated in, a training for Sale-a-Bration, and she designed 4 cards using the Trusty Tools bundle, which is now sold separately, dies and the stamp set, which you'll see right here. And it's sold separately now. However, at the time, there was also the offer of Sale-a-Bration paper. So I'm highlighting that paper even though it's no longer available. However, you certainly can improvise by using the stamps and all of that wonderful stuff. So there is that. So this card, I'm not going to assemble it, but I provided the little designer series paper with tools on it in case you don't have the stamp set, but I highly recommend it because it's very awesome. The dies do cut some of these out, but you can also fussy cut them from the designer series paper that was previously offered. So with that, I did do those 2 designs. I cut those out. Well, actually, I think they were pre-cut by Alejandra. And so you'll assemble everything flush. Now, I actually incorporated designer series paper for this piece. So instead of stamping, you'll just use those 2 squares. Make sure when you are applying them to the Poppy Parade piece underneath the cardstock that they are adhering correctly, because there's shorter and longer here. Actually, I may have cut a complete square, to be honest with you. So there are all of those things. I didn't make a kit for myself to recreate this card, so I wanted to explain it in the video. You'll go ahead and stamp your sentiment for any occasion. At this point, it was Father's Day based on the stamp set here. And you'll just layer those pieces together, and this is popped up, and there's some ribbon under here, but you can use a piece of cardstock in replace of that ribbon if you don't have ribbon that coordinates. So there is that, and then you'll layer a piece of basic white, which I did not do yet, to the inside of your card to create a place for you to write a greeting. So there is that for the card. Now, of course, the bag is something I recreated and was inspired by Julie DiMatteo, the Paper Pixie. She is a huge inspiration to me, as well as so many others. So I'm going to use her dimensions and process in creating this bag, but it's really super cute. It fits a gift card. It can fit little treats, something that's not so heavy because it is just cardstock. If you wanted it to be more sturdy, you could take a piece of your chipboard that comes in, or cardboard that comes in your paper pumpkin kits or any of the kits from the kit collection, and you could cut it down to size to fit inside of there, and you could cover it with designer series paper as well to make the bag a little bit more sturdy. You could add handles. There's a lot of versatility to creating this bag. So we're going to go ahead and create this bag. This is my June host code throughout the month of June. If you use that host code, please only use it if your orders are under $150. If they're $150 or more, you'll want to not use a host code, because you will earn your own host rewards. So there is that. And this is the Trusty Tools Stamp Set. It's very versatile. I know there's a lot of sentiments here that are for Dad, Father's Day. However, there's a lot of things you can do with this stamp set, or you can incorporate other sentiments if you like. But imagine doing these tools in pink, which I did do prior in a previous class, and any of these things in a different color that will, not that pink is for girls specifically, but you know what I'm saying. It's kind of gender neutral. You can do anything you want. And of course, all these pops of color in this paper are absolutely amazing as well. I'm not saying that certain colors are for certain people, so don't take that out of context. So I'm going to go ahead and start by stamping the sentiment, and I'm going to want my foam mat just because I want to make sure, because it's photopolymer, that I get good ink placement. I'm going to juice that up a little bit more and go ahead and stamp that right in the center of this oval. This is one of the punches in the annual catalog that you can currently still get. And I will add the name of this punch into the description of this video, so you can look for that down below. Okay. I keep forgetting that I'm not live. I'm doing a pre-recorded video. So, all right, so we have our sentiment, we have our bag to take a look at, and now we have a piece of designer series paper. I'm using a different designer series paper from that pack that was available in Sale-a-Bration. And I'm going to have this be the front, the outside, and this be the flap that folds over. So if I remember this correctly, let me get my little notes. Hopefully they're still here for me to cheat from. There's some tricks to this, and so this is 6 by 12. I'm going to come in with my Simply Score, one of my favorite scoring tools, the favorite scoring tool. So on the long side of the 6 by 12, so you're using a half a sheet, you want your the outside of the bag showing on the top. And I'm going to get my little score tool here, or you can take your pick tool that has the these ends on it. You want to be careful when scoring designer series paper because it can tear, so you don't want to press too hard, but you do want to get a significant impression so that you can fold it and all that good stuff. So on the long side, we are going to score at 4 1/2, or I'm sorry, 4 1/4. Almost messed you up. 4 1/4, 5 3/4, 10. And again, this was inspired by Julie DiMatteo, Paper Pixie. And that is 11 1/2. So again, that's 4 1/4, 5 3/4, 10, and 11 1/2. Okay, on the short side, now you want to make sure if your paper is directional, I guess it doesn't matter at this point, but if your paper is directional, you want to make sure the direction on the long side is going the right way. At this point, it's okay. You're going to turn this, and you are going to score at 1 1/2 and at 5. Okay, so there, and actually I was supposed to flip that and score it at 5 because the fold is going to go the opposite direction. So again, the short side is 1 1/2, flipped, and score at 5. Okay. All right. So now we have the base for our bag, and we're going to go ahead and fold all of those pieces, or those score lines, and see what I'm saying. It's kind of, if you don't press hard enough, it's hard to find that score line, but you certainly don't want to rip your paper. So you just varnish those folds, and I'm just going to keep folding and varnishing. I'll flip this way, and we'll varnish this fold. Then we got that 1/2 inch right here. Now, whenever there is a valley, which I did score that when I flipped my page, my paper over, I scored this side for the inch mark. So this is the valley. You want to fold towards the mountain. Interesting, huh? That helps you get a better fold. And then this one, which I've already done, you fold towards the mountain. Whoops, towards the mountain. Nope, this way. I do know what I'm doing. It is a little bit before I have to leave for work this morning, so here I am trying to create for you. Okay, so now that I've done that, I need to remember all these awesome, and it's easier for me to see the score lines on this side. So I want to remember how to do this portion. So this is very important for your bag to fold correctly. So we're going to turn it this way, and I don't want to cut off this tiny little rectangle, but what I want to do is miter cut it on both sides of that score line. And on this one, we're going to miter cut this and cut off the longer side, if you can see it. So you want to cut just inside the score line. So you get rid of that score line, okay? Just with your flaps as well, you're going to do the same. I'm going to miter cut this just so it's a clear fold when I fold it. And this one, should be holding my scissors a little bit better than I am. I have lotion on my hands. And let's see. Hope you all are staying cool in this heat wave we're having here, at least upstate New York. I hope you're cool where you're at as well. I'm going to move this and miter cut this. Mitering just means you're leaving a little bit of an angle so it folds better when it's time to assemble your bag. Okay? All right, so there you go. That is your bag. So you've got this miter cut. You're leaving that 1/2 inch piece here, miter cut, and remove this. Okay, you'll get rid of that. And then you're going to cut each of these flaps, but miter cutting these 2 tabs. And it looks like I need to kind of fix that a little bit so it's a little bit straighter. I should have put my glasses on this morning. All right. Okay, so there you go. Now, with assembling this, I'm going to want to do this part first. Okay, and then we'll do the bottom portion. Now, I want to fold this in, and I'm going to put adhesive right here. Now, I'm going to use, you can use tear and tape, or you can use your Tombow, which I highly recommend. And I'm going to fold this like this. And okay, now I got it. I'm going to fold this over. So there's our seam right there. And now I should have folded this over. Fold this over first. There you go. It's really not rocket science. It's just me being silly. Now we have this flap. So we want this to be even. So go ahead and get that even. And then we have this flap. I want you to go ahead and adhere adhesive right there. I have glue on my finger now. You're going to put some adhesive right there. Not as much as I just did. And you're going to add that flap there. Tuck that in and create that seam. And then you're going to actually come and add some more adhesive and adhere that down. I am heavy-handed this morning, apparently. But no worries. So now you have that border around the box, and it's creased exactly where the bag crease is. And unfortunately, I think I did that a little off, but you get the gist. Okay. Okay, we're good. Hopefully. Now, since this is the crease and the seam of the box, I shouldn't say the crease, the seam of the box, or bag, excuse me, bag. I want this to be the back of my bag. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get that in position here. I am going to add adhesive to this. Fold this down, right? Because I want to fold away the bottom flap away from the, let's get these edges so they adhere, away from, so this is the front, there's no fold marks, and this is the back where all the seams come together, okay? Hopefully. So then you can take your Tombow or your bone folder and go in there and press those down. So you have your bag, and then we are going to find the front again, which is this. And we have our tag that we already stamped. We're going to grab some dimensionals, and on the back side we'll add some dimensionals. I'm going to use 4 because that's just how I roll, and that's being modest. And of course, if you get Paper Pumpkin or any of the kits in the kit collection, well, actually Paper Pumpkin. So I'm going to adhere that to the front of the bag, just like so. And then grab any kind of gems that you might have. I'm going to go ahead and grab, it is a warm one. Let's see, this is getting bent up. I really need that to be straight. I'm going to grab these, the basic gray and the smoky slate. Pearls, they're pearls. And grab my take your pick tool. I'm going to go ahead and use the darker so it shows up better, and add 2 of these larger ones here. And then I'll take a small one. Actually, I don't have any more small ones of that, do I? So I'll take another large one and just add it right there, just so I have 3 on there. Then you would grab some tissue paper, tuck it in there. And as I was saying, if you have tissue paper from your Paper Pumpkin kits, let me just share one thing with you. You get various colors sometimes. So let me grab something that's going to look really super awesome. And this is going to be, I believe, it's either Daffodil Delight or it is Crushed Curry. But look how well those look together. Isn't that awesome? So there you go. There is your projects for your June kits. I want to thank everybody who participated in my June class, and I look forward to sharing the July class with you in the upcoming week. So everybody have a wonderful time while I am on vacation. I'm going to see you again. I don't know what I'm saying, but thank you again for purchasing this. Have a blessed day. Happy summer solstice. And I'll see you again before I head out to my trip. So have a wonderful day. We're going to stop here. Bye.